Welcome back to Cooking with Chef Sarah Ray. It's a Thursday night. It's still hot here in the ATL. It's still too hot to get in that kitchen and heat up and turn up all these eyes and ovens and stoves and things. So I'm still on my grilling tip tonight. So guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be doing a grilled pork tenderloin because it's the holiday weekend. People still want to eat light food. Well, I'm still in the celebration of the holidays with a little bit of pork in it going on in there. So that's what that pork tenderloin is going to be about, with nice fresh summer vegetables that I'm going to grill tonight and make this big beautiful dinner salad again because it is so hot down here that you just still want to eat light, lose a little weight, get my little figure going on there. So we're going to get started. So thank you for tuning in to Cooking with Chef Sarah Ray this evening. So let's come in here in the kitchen. Let's have a little fun tonight. So I'm going to show you different techniques. One of my techniques is my favorite thing to make is a vinaigrette. So the vinaigrette is going to be made with a little bit of difference of, since it's the holiday weekend, I'm going to do it with barbecue sauce. So it's going to be a barbecue vinaigrette. How about that one? How about that? So let's get started. Gonna have some fun. So my base ingredients for my vinaigrette is always going to be starting with mustard. So I have a teaspoon of mustard. I'm going to have some garlic. Gotta have my garlic. Touch of garlic. Freshly minced garlic. Put that in there. Then I'm going to have a taste of Worcestershire sauce. A teaspoon of that. Put it in my little shot glass measuring cup here that I just love to handle, and it's fun to do, and I can measure and see where I'm at with this. With a little bit of that. That's my Worcestershire sauce. Then I'm going to put in my white balsamic vinegar. Let's turn it around so you can see. I love this vinegar. I love the black balsamic with the white because it has such a neutral color, and you can still do a lot of different things, make a lot of different dressings and marinades with this balsamic, the white or the black. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the balsamic. It's dark in color, but once you see when it's in the food, how it's going to look. Okay, so I have my base ingredients. I need a shallot. This is my shallot. It's in the onion family. Let's put this right here. I have my glove on again because I'm going to be cutting some items up. I like to keep my fingers. I like to be have them all attached. So when I start with 5, I want to finish with 5. So 5 alive here tonight. So let's get this peeled. And it's just easy and simple to peel a shallot, as I've stated before. And we'll just get this up at the end of the show. So take it, cut it in half. I'm going to double my recipe tonight because I'm going to use this vinaigrette as a marinade as well, because I'm going to be doing it with my drizzling over my vegetables and let them marinate a little bit. I'm also going to be doing it with my pork. Let's get that towel out of the way. We don't want to cut the towel up. So I have half of the shallot, and I'm going to cut the other half. I'm doing a nice mincing of my shallot at this particular time. Get all that covered, get all that cut up in there. And as I stated, I want to double this because I want to use this vinaigrette for multi-purposes tonight. So, and this little, believe it or not, this little thing still makes you want to cry. It'll cheer you up. It's an onion family. So this one is a little strong one. Wow. But that's okay. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Get a nice mince going here. And keep it moving there. Incorporate it in my bowl. Okay. So then I'm going to utilize my whisk to get this incorporated. Like I said, I want to double this in size, so I'm just going to add some more of my ingredients, my base ingredients. And since I've called this a barbecue, we can't forget the barbecue. I just want to get this flavors developed in here. A little bit more of the mustard. So I doubled that. A little bit more of the vinegar. I want some of that oil, that olive oil. Has that taste and fusion of the garlic. Mix this up. Now, it's It's just a basic barbecue sauce, nothing fancy. It's your preference on what you want to use. I just wanted to use something basic. There we go. Let's get all that out of there. Starting to look good and smell good as we go along. This is wonderful. I'll leave it because I might have to add a little bit more. It's an interesting brownish color, but that's okay, as long as it tastes good. Now I'm going to sit this on my towel. I'm starting with my vinaigrette first because, like I said earlier, I want to use this as a marinade as well. And I will set some aside for my dressing, or use it as a dressing for the salad. And I would I'm going to cut up some fresh herbs for that. I have some herbs that I've had used previously, and I allowed them to dry out. And that's okay because herbs are a little bit expensive, and mine haven't completely grown in my garden at this point. So I'm using 2 cups of the olive oil. I like to taste my food as I'm going along to see how it's developing. So I always have tasting spoons nearby. And I do not double dip the chip. Nice. Wow. Wow. That is good. I need to add just a little bit more of the barbecue sauce to develop this flavor. There we are. And I'm going to need a little bit of lemon juice to combine to get this flavor, to well develop it as well. Give it a nice balance. It needs some more acid. We have some real lemon juice. If you have lemons, use your lemons. If you have lemon juice in your refrigerator. So I'm going to do with 2 teaspoons of this lemon juice. That's going to be wonderful. Wow. After I taste it, I can feel the need that it needs to add a little bit of salt in that. So let's go with a couple pinches of salt. There we go. Cutting down on my salt usage, so there wasn't that much. Look at that. And who said you couldn't do a barbecue vinaigrette? No one told me I couldn't. Wow. Wow. That is delicious. So let's incorporate some pepper. Freshly ground black pepper. That is delicious. I have to say that myself. Get a couple more turns on that. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for a few minutes because at this point, I want to be able to chop up my herbs. So clear everything, just set it aside here, moving quickly. Put my towel here, and I'll bring that back over. Get the spoons that I've already used, put them aside. I'm going to incorporate some fresh parsley for color. Let's keep this going here. Just only need like a couple of sprigs. I have like 3 to 4 sprigs here. Get a nice mince in there. Parsley, you have to move fast. Parsley, you can do, this is a flat leaf parsley, and you can do a nice rough chop with this, or you can do this as fine as you want it. I prefer to have it fine. Since I'm going to use it as a dressing as well as a marinade, I don't want those big chunks floating around in the food, and I don't want to taste it in my mouth. So I'm going to keep this going. And chopping parsley is a nice quick technique. See how this is moving along? So this is how you don't have to go out and buy dried parsley, or you can, it's your personal choice. So I'm going to use, I love to use fresh, or the herbs that I bought and let them dry out. They're going to naturally dry out anyway, and that's okay, because you can still use it. The aromas and the flavors are still there. So here's our parsley. See how that is? I need just a touch more. And I still wear my safety gloves. Here we are. I'm a little picky about this, so there we are. This is how I want it. This is how fine I want it. Just have a little bit more. Us chefs, we're very particular about certain things. So if it needs to be fine, mince it fine, because mince is a fine chop anyway. So I have my parsley in there, and I have my oregano that has nicely dried out, and that's fine. At this time, I wasn't looking for green. I just wanted to make sure I had some parsley. I know where it came from. It's nice and it's nice. It's got a nice dryness for me. Still has that aroma. Wow, it smells great. Okay, so let's get this chopped up. It's dry, so it's going to fly all over the place. Just make sure you can put your hand to the side. Too bad I'm not a lefty. I would show you how to do that. Let me show you how to do it so you can see it. Try to keep all your pieces and parts together. And I have to go with my right hand now. I mean my left hand holding the knife on the top. Okay, so I have those two mixed in there. And I'm going to taste it and see how we are with it. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's taste this. Wow, that's good. That is good. That is really good. So I'm going to set this aside. What I want to do now is set aside a portion of it so I can use it for a dressing. This is the portion for my dressing. I'm just stirring it because everything fell to the bottom. And I want those herbs and that those shallots and that garlic to be in here as well. Okay, so I have both of them there. And I'm gonna set this aside because this is for my salad. Now, put this here, here. Always change your gloves when you're working with gloves. That's the rule of the land. Get this out of here. Ouch. Something popped under that glove. This other glove popped a little bit. It just snapped. So when you're doing this, you have to move quickly. So it's like a wardrobe change. So I'm doing a quick wardrobe change. Since I only use my herbs on this, all I have to do is just rinse this off really quickly. And turn it around. I have a wet towel here to secure it. Always keep it clean and moving as you're cooking. Keep it clean and moving as you're cooking. And that way you don't have such a big mess to clean up at the end of the night. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is, I said these was fresh summer vegetables. So I have corn on the cob, yellow squash. I found this Korean squash. I like the shape of it. People that knows me know that I like to try different ingredients and different things. Instead of that typical long zucchini, this is the shape of a zucchini. It's round in shape, and I like that. So I'm going to grill the tomatoes. And I wanted some color, so I have an orange, the bell peppers. So I think that's going to be a very colorful salad tonight. So let's get my glove back on. I'm not going to do that underlayer glove because it really doesn't matter. It just makes my hand extra hot anyway. Let's get that out of here. So I'm always excited to try something different and new that I've never had before. So I've never tried the Korean squash, so this is going to be a new experience. All right, here we are. Here we go. Here we go. So first things first. I've already started my process for my peppers. So all I just want to do is just take out the seeds. Everything's been pre-washed. I want to put it in a nice grilling size. You don't really like to waste anything. So everybody likes to, the way With the price of produce these days, you don't want to waste too much. So I'm not big on wasting. So I'm just going to slice this down. Get nice slices so that I can put this in my bowl. Because I just want the shape. I'm going to put the top in there too. Nothing's wasted. Okay, let's keep this moving. Get that there. The next one is a yellow squash. Just take the ends so I can grill. I just want something that's going to be able to fit on my grill. So I'm just going to cut these in long slices, just like that. Just like that again, long slices. See how this is? Nice long slices. Put this in my bowl. This is really nice and colorful and pretty. It's really coming together. Then I have, since I've never dealt with this before, we're in for a surprise and a treat. I want to see what this looks like. It just looks like your regular zucchini, except it's round. Look at that. Same thing. No different. None whatsoever. So I want to cut this in widthwise because I want to be able to line it up on my plate. And I will show you the end results with my bowl. Wow, look at that. That is pretty. I want to taste it. It tastes good raw. It tastes good cooked. So I just want to taste this a little bit because, like I said, I've never had this before. Just like a regular zucchini, nice and crunchy, good flavor. Set this aside. Then the next thing I'll do is, instead of just grilling my corn and then shucking it, that's too much work. Plus I want the shape and the flavor of it. I just want the shape. So I'm just going to cut these down into pieces because it'll be quick and easy for it to grill. So I'm cutting them in circles, in dices here. Or circles right there. See that? Uh-oh. We lost one. But that's okay. It's just corn. I'm going for the color and the shape. And I just keep it moving. Who said I couldn't work with that corn? Get it cut. This is another reason why I have a safety glove on as well. So all I did was tap it to break it up. We don't want to have too much mess going on over here. So this is going in here. So I'm going to incorporate my corn in this. Here we are. Hit it with a little salt and pepper. And here's the salt. Shake it around a little bit. Remember that beautiful barbecue vinaigrette that I have here? I'm just mixing everything up, incorporating it so it can all come together. And then I want to use some of it, not all of it, because I'm going to need it for my tenderloin. There we are. And if I need some more, I can always make some more. And just incorporate that. Things are going to fall a little bit. So I'm going to let that marinate. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That is so pretty. We're going to eat good tonight. And see how quick and easy this is? These vinaigrettes, you can create your own creation out of things that you've seen and combine different ingredients. No vinaigrette is etched in stone as long as you deal with the base. Your basic vinaigrette, which would be a vinegar, an olive oil, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, and those are the things for your base, and some herbs for your basic vinaigrette. And then after that, once you understand the base of your vinaigrette, you can move forward and create your different flavors. Now, we left one thing out. Oh, let's use that. That's probably a no-no. Let's get this wiped out because I have this corn on here. And I don't want that on there. Even though we're going to be using corn, doesn't mean I have to cut my tomatoes up with my corn. Get that wiped out. Just have to clean as you go. You just have to clean as you go. Because we don't want to do any cross-contaminating. So all I'm doing is coring out my tomato. I'm coring out the tomato because I want to be able to keep some nice thick slices. Nice and thick, look at that. Because I'm going to grill those too. I'm looking for color. And I'm going to keep that separate. And I have 2 tomatoes. And I might as well use it up. Right? Here we go. I want it nice and thick because the thicker the tomato, it'll hold up easier. And there's that little thing here. Trying to look cute and everything. A little bit, just incorporate a little bit of salt. Get it with some pepper. And can't forget my vinaigrette. Just put just a little drizzle on there. There we go. That's all I'm going to need. Okay, we are coming along here. Isn't that nice? I'm going to let that sit and let the flavors develop. And put this over here. Now, here comes the chef part in me. Not that I haven't been a chef at this all night long and having fun with it. Let's put that there, this here. You notice I've changed my boards. I have different colored boards under here. This board here is blue. It's going to be used for my meat. Okay, let's get the vegetables out of the way. Exchange gloves. I have this nice, beautiful pork tenderloin here. This is about 4 1/4 pounds. Nice size. So I've already taken it out of the package, but the tenderloin needs to be cleaned. So I'm just going to utilize this plate because when you purchase, since this is a holiday weekend, a lot of the meats are going to be on sale. This tenderloin, isn't that gorgeous? If you don't want to use barbecue ribs or baby back ribs, you can always go to a pork tenderloin because it is so versatile. You can use it, stuff it, grill it, saute it as you cut it up. But today it's going to be a grilled item. It's quick and easy. A lot of people are utilizing. So all I'm going to do is tear off the membrane, just pull it off. And I like to use a stiff knife, boning knife with this. It's everyone's personal preference. You cannot cook with this membrane on there because it's going to draw the meat up. Okay? So those are the things, those little tedious things that you have to do, but you want the quality of your meat to come through, so you're going to have to do a little handwork with your meat. Meaning, take the membrane off and take off this silver skin. This silver skin will have your meat drawn up and tough as well. So this is another thing that has to come off. So you see how that is? You can't cook with that. Don't let anybody tell you you can, because you can't. Okay? So take the tip of your knife. This is Meat 101, Meat Fab 101. The tip of your knife, insert it under that silver skin. To get a little piece of it, a little tail of it. Okay? My hand's in the way. I'm going to describe it to you because the glove's in the way and you won't be able to see. And just take it and pull it. Some people just like to get in there and just cut it. And it's everybody's personal preference on how they do this. But I like to get in there because I don't like these big gashes in my meat. If I'm going to spend my money on my meat, I don't want all these gashes in there. If you're going to do all that, that means that you're basically destroying the cut. So get it in here. It's a little slippery. And just pull. Just pull it to get that silver skin off. This is what it is called. It's just a protection where the bone lies. Because this tenderloin rests underneath the rib cage of the hog. Those beautiful baby back ribs that you are going to be enjoying, well, this tenderloin is right next underneath it. And the reason why it's so tender because it does not move, because where it lies on the body, and it does have good flavor. It's marbled. This one isn't the same as you would be doing with a beef tenderloin. So it has some fat in it, but you want that fat because if you don't have any kind of fat in your meat is going to quickly dry out. And that is something that you don't want. Why spend all the money on some meat and it's going to be dry? It has no flavor. And then you would feel like, you wasted your money. This is going to be cooked till it's done. It takes a minute. This is something that comes with time and experience and a little bit of patience. You see, I'm mostly using the tip of my knife to clean up my pork tenderloin because I don't want gashes in there. You don't be digging all in the meat. That doesn't make sense to be digging in your meat. See how smooth that is? I don't have, we're almost there though. I have to turn it around because when I'm working with my left hand, I have to have everything facing the opposite of me because I want to get this and just pull. There we go. Let that silver skin be its guide. Almost there. Just have a little bit more to go. And it's going to be grilled whole. Just a little bit more. I'll keep some of the fat on there, but I'm aiming at just getting a lot of that silver skin off. That's a little bit of fat. So fat is flavor. You want to have some flavor on there. Okay. Look at that. I get a little fussy about when I do my tenderloins. I want to make sure I get as much of silver skin off of there as possible so you won't have your meat drawn up. So, go to the flip side of it, see where we are. Let's get a little bit more of that little off of there. That is the part that's going to make your meat chewy. And you think that you have a poor quality cut of meat, and you don't. It's just, you didn't get all the silver skin off. So I won't be too anal about this, I promise. I promise. Let's get as much off as possible. That looks good. Isn't that pretty? Just a little bit more. That's more. This is fat up here and a little bit of the membrane. Okay, I promise to let this go. I'm done. Because if I don't, I'll be getting a nitpicky and getting all that off of there. Okay, so let's take off the glove. Set that there. Throw this away. Season it. Hit it with some salt and pepper. Look at that. That is awesome. You can work with this whole, or you can take this and butterfly it if you're in a hurry. Let's go with it. But we're not in a hurry. Depending on the size of your grill, that's the main thing. So I wanted to keep a little bit. I see a little bit more silver skin in there. That's the chef in me. Oops, cut it up just a little bit. All right, that looks good. So, because of the size of the grill, I'm just going to cut this in half. So see, since I've already set aside my vinaigrette that I'm utilizing for my salad, I'm going to let this just, put this in here. Let it sit there for a few minutes. And pick up this flavor. I'm aiming at picking up this flavor. This is a wonderful, wonderful. You can marinate this overnight. You can make this 2 days ahead of time. Get that there. Let's get a little soap here. Just want to wash my hands. Now it's grilling time. It is grilling time. So in the food service industry, the term mise en place, I have on my mise en place. Look at that. Ain't that a beautiful cut? Nice and simple. Just let it pick up the flavors that I have made with my vinaigrette, my barbecue vinaigrette. Awesome. Look at the vegetables. Beautiful vegetables. Nice bright colors, good flavor. The tomatoes. So let's do a little bit of gloves here. Gotta work with the gloves because now I'm at the point where I'm ready to grill. So the first thing I'm gonna grill is my meat. The grill is already hot. We have this George Foreman grill. And the reason why I want to use my meat first because the meat has to rest before you cook it. Before you cut it, I'm sorry. Before you cut it, it has to rest. You can't just cut it right off the grill because you see how those juices in that meat, all the juices just run all over the place. That happens is because you don't allow the meat to rest and you don't allow for the juices to flow back through the muscle of the meat because this all it is a muscle. And you will have less juice runnage off of your meat. Nice word, runnage. Run off of your meat if you just let it rest for a few minutes. So, gotta get this. I love that sizzling sound. Isn't that cool? And I cut that in half because I knew the size of my grill. Now, I'm not going to use this vinaigrette anymore because I put raw meat in there. So I'm just going to set that aside. Yeah, let's catch those juices. Get my hands washed so I can change out my gloves. Listen to that sizzler sound. Isn't that awesome? I love that. Okay. I'm going to need another plate. Excuse me. I'm back. I need some place to put my meat. Don't want to put it on a counter, but I want to put it on a platter so when it's off the grill, I have some place for it to. Okay, look at that. Look at that. So that's a nice marking. Now you can use your George Foreman grill. This weekend, if you're going to be grilling outside, you know you have your propane tank grill, your gas grill, or your charcoal grill. So these are the things that you can utilize. I'm just going to move this around so I can get some markings on here and put that on there so I can catch all those juices. Listen to that. Listen to that. It's a little splattering all over the place. Let's get the plate. So this is one of my knives. That's part of my knife kit. So here are a few items that's part of my knife kit on my knife website, which is SF Ray, the knife shop. And this is a lasting cut. I like this knife. It's nice and simple. This is a great knife for beginners because I'm building this kit, so I'm going to use my own equipment. Why not, right? If I expect you to use it, I have to use it as well. Another one is, you see me utilize for the past 3 weeks is this safety glove. I always cut with a safety glove. I like my fingers. We've been attached to each other for a while. Why not? And I like to see the side of blood, human blood anyway. I don't care about meat blood. And in that kit also you have a pair of tongs and some other things. And we'll be able to show you that full kit in the future. But right now, these are some of the items that I sell on my website, sfrayllc.com. That's my site. Come visit me sometime. Tell me what you think. But in the meantime, I'll get some of that out of the way. I don't like to see the sight of blood. Look how this tenderloin is coming along. Let's get this to stand up. It's not quite ready yet. So when you're grilling something, you need to take the items that take the longest to grill, put it on first. Because I said I wanted my meat to rest I just want to get the ends, so I'm standing this up. I can get my ends, because especially since I cut this in half. And so make sure that all the ends are done, because what good is the center of the meat's done and your ends are not done. So stand them up. See how they're browning? Now, do the same thing with your side. Turn it on the side. Everybody forgot about this George Foreman grill, didn't they? They bought all it, spend it, got it off the internet, all this stuff. No one uses this stuff anymore. It's quick and easy, and it's doesn't have to wait for the holidays. You just don't. Just feel like grilling something, go on and grill it. It takes a few minutes. All these beautiful vegetables that's available out there now. Make your vinaigrette. Buy your vinaigrette, however you want to do it. But I like to make my own, because why? I know what's in it. You know what's in it too, because we made it from scratch. And that is how people are going back and cooking. Making everything from scratch. My platter is getting a little splatter on there, but that's okay too. Okay, here we go. I'm turning it on the side so I can get everything completely done. Because this is a top and bottom, so you have to open it up for a few minutes just to keep this on the side. So here we go with that again. I love that sizzling sound. Isn't that awesome? This is a beautiful cut of meat. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So I'm going to let the top down so we can get this completely done. Listen to that. Listen to that. Wow. Rinse this off again. I'm going to have the time with this stuff splattered on it. I need to keep it closed, but I also need to get it done. I also need to turn it over. So we're just going to rinse this off again. And I'm just going to set it to the side so I don't get the splattering effect from all that grease over here. So those are one thing that still takes the longest to do first. That's when you're in the kitchen. That's your format. So while we're waiting on that meat to get completely done, I'm going to put my gloves back on. I'm the glove lady. A little wet. One thing about these gloves, you can't get them on if your hands are wet. So let's get all this out. Completely dry my hands. This is so much fun. This is so cool. So after that meat is done, I'm going to let it rest because I want it at a medium temperature of 140 to 150. Come on, let's get on. See, they stick. Here we go. This salad is going to be so delicious. So what I'm going to do is just set up my salad. You only need about this serving two. Go through it to make sure there's no yellow spots or no brown spots or anything in your salad. I don't know about you, but I just don't like eating that. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't taste good. So have a base. Look at the quality of your salad. Sometimes it's hidden in between. You're just going to have to pick through it. Even when you order your salads, when we order it in a restaurant, from the back of the house, from our purveyors, we sometimes have to just pick through it just to make sure that it's the quality that you're looking for. If not, we won't receive it. So here's my base salad. There we are. So now I have that set up. Let's put this here. Listening at that meat, it's sounding so good. Wow. Set this aside. Let's go check it out. Let's see what's going on with this. Oh, we don't want it too dark though. That top cooks better. There we go. Can't see it. Look at those markings on there though. Isn't that gorgeous? Touch. We used to touch our meat to feel if it's done before they got all these fancy thermometers out there. Didn't have all that stuff prior. So this feels firm. So this cut, because this is a thicker cut, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. And this one is a thinner cut, so it's almost there. We touched our meat before. We don't have to sit there and cut it up to see if it's rare, raw, or done. Just touch it, see how it feels. There we go, right there. This is coming along. So this salad is going to be a warm salad, close to hot, because your ingredients are still going to be warm. Because everything is basically coming off the grill. So it will be coming off the grill. I'm just trying to get that side done for me, see if it's still a little soft. And it's firm. See how this is? This is firming up. This means it's cooking. And if it's not to your desired doneness, you can always put it back on the grill. Especially if you had a gas grill, it's easy to work with. Okay. It's to my liking. So this is a medium to medium well. This is pork. A lot of people don't like to see anything pink with their pork. Okay, let's set that down. Get this cleaned up a little bit. I just don't want to mix my flavors. This is going to be a little hot, so take my pair of tongs, wet a paper towel, so I can get in there and wipe this down. Get most of that because I don't want the blackness on. Oh, I love this grill because it's Teflon. Look at that. See how easy that's to clean? When I'm doing with charcoal, I don't get that opportunity. You got too much to clean and work with. So, George Foreman, Mr. Foreman, you knew what you came up with. How quick and convenient and easy is that? A couple of more wipes. Get the back part of that. Look at that. Isn't that quick and easy? No charcoal. It's going to take 10 hours for it to heat up. I got the wrong charcoal if it takes 10 hours for that to heat up. And wipe that down. Now, we're going to start grilling our vegetables. This close this down because I want this to come back up to temp for a few minutes. While we're doing that, now I have a new pair of tongs. These beautiful vegetables. You put on your grill the item that takes the longest to cook first. And we're going to use some spray. But this is Teflon. And it has oil in there. But we're going to spray it anyway. There we go. Get that spray in there. I still like to hear that sizzling sound. So let's get this heated up. It's hot. But I want this corn to get started. So I'm going to place my corn. It's not as hot as it was with the meat. But it'll come back up to temp. It's fine. Listen to that. Here it comes. So I'm just lining up my vegetables because I know this corn is going to take a little bit longer to cook than the rest of my vegetables. So I'm going to develop, I want 2 rows because that's how much I cut up. See that? And I'm doing it because I want it I want the color. And this is fresh corn. See, now the temperature is back up. I have to switch hands. These tongs are a little tight, which is a good thing. Now the next vegetable I'm going to put on is the yellow squash. It's in there. There we are. And just a few more pieces. I want to fill that up as much as I can. Because the last one I'm going to grill, let's turn this over. That's good. Now I'm going to try this Korean squash, aka round zucchini. Look at that. Let's get these orange bell peppers on here. Get on there. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that colorful? It's nice and healthy. Let's get back on there. Just want to slide off. Get back on there. There we are. Look at that color. That is a beautiful color. Close the lid and let it grill. My meat is resting. It has a little bit of the markings and the juices from the grill and the grilling of the meat, but it's not oozing all over the place because I'm allowing this to rest. Let's clear this up. See how pretty that is? So that's going to rest for about 5 minutes before I even think about cutting into it. Actually, when my vegetables are done, that's when I'm going to start cutting and slicing my meat. Let's get this over here. Put this here. I'm just straightening up a little bit. Getting my mise en place together for finishing with a white cutting board. Getting my gloves together. So I'm just getting myself ready. Get my gloves on. There we go. Let's peek under that grill and see how that meat those vegetables are coming along. I already know how the meat's coming along. It's resting. Look at that. I want to turn it over. This thing just wants to get away from me. So turn it over carefully. Make sure all that's done. Wow, look at that. Look at that. As we live and breathe. This is going to be a very healthy salad because I do have my protein. I have my vegetables. I have a colorful array of vegetables. Turn my peppers over because the last thing I want to grill is my tomatoes. So, even the corn is getting tender. That's cooking because I put that on first because I knew that this was going to be the first thing it takes the longest to cook. Look at that. Wow. Very colorful, very colorful. Just don't want to lay down. There we are. Listen to that. Listen, smell that aroma. I wish you was here to smell this. This is awesome. Wow. Talking about a nice aroma in your face. This is it. This is it right here. It's going to be delicious. It only takes about 2 to 3, maybe 5 minutes tops. A little bit, 6 or 8 minutes for the corn because I cut it so thin and small. Because you don't need these big chunky pieces of corn. You just want it for the appearance, and I want that grill look and that grill taste. And these are almost done. Just need to turn it over one more time, or either that or close the lid so I can finish cooking. I think I'll just close the lid and let it finish cooking. Okay, because we're almost ready to assemble. I'm ready to assemble this. We go we because it's just not just myself in this kitchen. There's 2 people here. So you'll see her shortly. So it's a we thing. She's going now. Yeah, she will. She'll be joining us in a minute. See, everything's ready. Remember that salad? Hot off the grill. Beautiful grilled salad. Look at that. I want to make sure my bell peppers are done. You still want to have a nice crunch to it. You don't want it mushy and soggy and overcooked, over-grilled. You don't need to have that. Because you want that fiber that's going through your body. And that fiber is good for you. So we're going to start assembling this. This is how I want this to look. And if I can get it off, there we go. Sometimes I just want to be a little bit temperamental. I like to line it up. Here we go. Some colors. Put this on the opposite end. Let you see this. Put that at the end. Wow. That's awesome. Line my corn up. I'm going to use my hands. God gave us hands to use first before He gave us all this fancy equipment. I just don't want to burn my hands. That's all that is. But that is done. See, it didn't take that long for that corn to get done. Here's something to kind of play with in your mouth. Pick it up. You don't have to use the, let's get some peppers here. So I'm going to set my meat, right here. Let's go over and get a paper towel. Oh, you know what? Let's get this, keep this hot. It's going to be hot. It's going to be fine. Now, I'm ready to work with my meat. We're almost there. This salad is awesome because the last thing I'm going to grill, the reason why I want to keep this hot is because I want that tomatoes. I want the tomatoes to cook too, and I want those to be last because it doesn't take that long. Now we're going to cut up the meat. And like I said, if it's not to your doneness, leave the grill on, and you can finish it up. Here's the meat. See, I have a little bit of juice in there, but it's not, it's just a small puddle. It's not this huge, large puddle because of the amount of meat that I have. Let's fix this little wardrobe malfunction here. But that's okay. Now I'm going to cut my meat on the bias. Look at that. Some people that might be a little bit too red. And we're going to finish this off on the grill because it does have a little bit too much of peakness in there for my taste as well. We want to make sure this is pork. This is a pork tenderloin though. See, look at that. That's okay. That's why I left the grill on. Line it up. I got a dishwasher at home. Just use this, wet this up, wipe this down real quick. On one side, I'm going to have my meat, and I'm going to finish it off. So that's the pleasure of using this beautiful grill. The meat is still hot. Get a little bit more done. Listen to that. So I have my meat, my protein on one side. There we go. And my tomatoes on the other side. Wow, look at that. Put this there. Turn this over. Now it's to the doneness that the average American would like to see their pork. I don't want to see anything pink in there. Or medium rare, medium, and it's still tender enough where it's not overcooked. It'll have a flavor. Let's close this down for a few minutes. Look at this salad. This is my base. Isn't that gorgeous? Nice colors. Give me some fiber. This is what I'm aiming at. So this is the Korean squash, my corn, my yellow zucchini. My yellow squash, I'm sorry. And my orange bell pepper. Got my tomatoes grilling. I only need a few minutes for this. And there I have it. Finish it up with my meat. I'm going to shingle it so I can get the bulk of that on there. Look at that. I don't want to, I just want the heat on my tomatoes because these tomatoes are a little soft. Get some color going on there. And they will break apart on you. It looks a little cluttered, but it's really pretty. Finish it because it's such a small platter. And that's okay too. Layer it here, put 3 and 3 on each side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my grilled pork tenderloin with my grilled vegetables with a barbecue vinaigrette. I'm gonna use this spoon because it still has some barbecue sauce on there. Barbecue sauce on there. It's all good. Stir this up again so I can get all those ingredients incorporated, the fresh herbs, the garlic, my shallots, and just because it separates anyway, so you want to make sure that you do stir this up again and just top it. Just drizzle it all over there. And all the flavors is in this salad because it marinated for a few minutes. And like I said, this is something that you can do ahead of time and marinate it overnight so your flavors can open up, blossom, and there we have. Hey Monica, what do you think?
Wow, looks good.
Isn't that gorgeous? That is so pretty. Let's let you see this. Let's come together. Show me too. Bring me up. There we go. How about that? That is a gorgeous salad. Smells good. We're going to enjoy this salad. Thank you for joining me this evening for this beautiful grilled pork tenderloin with grilled vegetables and a barbecue vinaigrette. Join us again next week and see what we're going to be doing to that. Thank you for joining me, Chef Sara Ray. I have enjoyed your company. Let's do it again. Good night. We're going to sit down here and enjoy this beautiful salad that I have put together on my cooking show, Cooking with Chef Sara Ray. This is what this beautiful salad looks like. It has the grilled tomatoes, the corn, the yellow squash, the pork tenderloin, which was easy to prepare. I have my orange bell peppers. I don't particularly care for the green ones, and I just like the different colors and array that it offers. And that's, oh, and I can't forget this zucchini, Korean zucchini, which is round. It's kind of buried under there, and here it is. Look at these beautiful colors. Isn't that awesome? And then the vinaigrette dressing was something that I made up off the top of my head because this is a holiday weekend, and people are going to be cooking, grilling pork, different types of pork products, steaks, chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers. So I decided, hey, let me come up with a nice different type of dressing. So I came up with a barbecue vinaigrette, and it is delicious. Monica, come on down here and let's sit down and enjoy this salad. And tell me what you think about it. I like the way it looks. I love the colors. I love the textures. I love the aromas. Monica's going to be joining me. Put some pork on her plate. Get a couple of tomatoes. I grilled the tomatoes last because tomatoes are soft and they will fall apart a little bit quicker than the other vegetables. I like to choose nice firm vegetables that'll hold up to grilling and give me some fiber and texture in my system, in our system. And I just like the way this corn just looks because I didn't want these big old chunky pieces of corn on the plate. So I'm going to let Monica be the first to taste while I put my salad together. I gave her a little bit of everything. I think I did. I gave her a little bit of everything. This is when people start picking. And
hello, you guys. Wow, looks good, Chef.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to make my plate. You always make your guest plate first. And I'm making mine now. And I am so excited to try this salad. This dressing was something that I made up off the top of my head. I figure after these many years of being a chef in the kitchen, and if I can't come up with something different, shame on me. And happy 4th of July to everybody. We're working on getting our girlish figure back. This is that vinaigrette. Monica, let me give you a little bit. I just want to stir it up some so you can get all the goodness that's in there. There we go. You don't want to drown your salad. I don't want to drown my salad, but you do want to taste your dressings. It doesn't have to be swimming. I don't like swimming. All right, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, look good. I'm hungry, too.
Me too. Let's eat up.
Let's eat up. First, I want to try this Korean squash. I tried it raw, and I want to try it grilled. Because if it tastes good raw, it's going to taste good grilled, right? Wow. That Korean squash is delicious.
It's very tender too.
Yes, it is. It's just a
You
round
cook this
version.
on the grill?
I cooked it on that George Foreman grill.
My goodness.
Nice and quick and easy.
Oh my
Nice,
goodness,
simple
you guys.
meal.
This is really good. She did it again, you guys.
Wow.
Every time. Chef is the bomb.
Thank you.
And the vinaigrette barbecue is really good. It has that little barbecue thing going on. And the vinaigrette in it.
I'm gonna let her talk because I'm enjoying my salad.
This is marvelous, you guys. Delicious. I wish you could try it.
I wish you could smell it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I wish we had some smell-o-vision. But this is really a good meal. We're loving it.
Very much so. You can have a nice white wine with this. I have to do a little research on my wines off the top of my head. Do like Cabernet. Maybe a Merlot. No, Merlot might be it's a red wine. I'm sorry. I'm not going to attempt to go wines until I go back and revisit my wines. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy it with a glass of tea.
The pork is very tender. I mean, very good.
Thank you.
All the seasonings are just right. Oh, my husband is going to love this meal tonight.
Because you want everything to balance. And nothing is overpowering anything else. It's well balanced.
And oh my goodness, you guys. This squash is sensational. I mean, really. I won't lie to you. It's really, really good. And I'm not a veggie girl, but I mean, this is really good.
I can convince Monica to try something different.
And then she keep on getting me on camera, you know?
I gotta get her on camera.
I'm like, what's really going on?
This is girl team back over here.
This is good eats, you guys. You should try the recipes out. As Chef was telling you before, she has a great website. She has knife kits on there, all the utensils that you need if you're, upcoming chef and you need, some really nice stuff, for your whatever location
to grow your tools.
To grow your tools, and all of her recipes are on the website. You won't be disappointed. It's a click and pay. Well, basically you pay and you can download the recipe. And also we'll have the videos on there too if you want to download a video and save it and
and the picture to see how you can assemble it, how it's assembled, the end result of how it's assembled, and
these tomatoes are just,
I'll catch that little drool up.
And it just doesn't have to be in a, you can cook them on a grill, you guys. Not that we ever think about that with tomatoes,
And this is an expensive meal. It cost me a couple of dollars to buy salad, vegetables for 2 people. You just need a vegetable.
And don't you get tired of going to the fast food restaurants, eating out, This meal right here, you will not be disappointed. We just thank you for just taking the time to
join us
tonight. And as you can see, somebody's at the door.
So we got a little company coming.
So let me get it, and I'll let Chef finish talking to you.
Well, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the meal. And I want you to come back and visit us again. Cooking with Chef Sara Ray. We're having fun with it. And I'm just into the meal, the salads for a dinner meal, because it's so hot down here. I don't want fried chicken every night. I don't want pizza every night. I want to be able to put my meal together. We have a combination of different types of vegetables, because when I walk through the market, I see something that I've never seen before, haven't tasted before. So I want to utilize it and bring it to you, introduce it to you. Like tonight, I introduced that Korean squash. I had never seen it before, but I just wanted to see and try it. And it's just a different shape of a zucchini. That's all it is. And it works on a plate. It's nice and attractive. And that's something you can stuff. If you like seafood, make a seafood stuffing, core it out and stuff it and bake it. That's something that you can grill like I did, saute it put it in a stir fry. We're gonna start doing some stir fries in the future, but right now it's just too hot to be standing over. Excuse me, an open flame. I'm belching, so it must be good. Oh, excuse me. In some cultures, that's a sign of the food being good, which really is. And it's just too hot right now to be standing over an open stove at home. And see how quick and easy that was. Some of the items you can get done a few days ahead of time. But outside of that, we're done. We're gonna finish enjoying our meal. Join us next week and see what else we're gonna come up with. How you doing there, Monica?
Hey, I cannot complain.
I want to try this little corn.
As you can see, it's almost gone over here.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's really good, you guys. I'm gonna lie to you. Good eats. This is good food.
I just want to have a handful.
And hopefully I'll be a little bit skinnier by the end of this summer. Messing around with Chef over here because
the two of
I
us.
tell you, she got me eating healthy these days. And actually, I save my appetite all day for because I know she's going to get down at this hour on Thursday nights. So again, thank you guys for your time. We appreciate you looking at the show. Come back out and see us. We need your support. Continue to support 912 Entertainment and MP Productions and Cooking with Chef Sara Ray. And we look forward to seeing you again next week at this time. Thank you.
See you next week. Good night. What do I do? How do I turn it off? Right here?
Oh, right there.
Oh, stop. Okay.